Okay, so one way that you are going to encounter ratios, or you're very likely to encounter ratios in this, is this whole idea of mixing ratios. So it's almost like it's a recipe for how to mix up a final product. So if you've ever put together two-stroke fuel from scratch, you have already done this. Or if you've made concrete from scratch, you've already done this, okay? Even mixing cordial, if you actually do it by what it says on the bottle, you're doing mixing ratios. So that's what we're going to look at now, but before we get into that, there's just one little bit of mathematical stuff I want to run through with you, and that is the whole idea of finding a fraction of an amount. So let's say I need to find 2/9 of, I don't know, 700 kilograms, okay? All right, so you've got to be able to handle this. Pretty much from here on in, you need to know how to do this, okay? So that basically becomes 2/9 times 700. Now, people freak out. They go, oh, what do I do first? This is what you do, okay? See, notice it's like in a triangle shape. So you do the multiply first, and then you divide. Done. So if you do that, okay, so I've got 2 times 700, divide by 9, 155.56, okay? You've got to know how to do that if you're going to do mixing ratios. All right, so just keep in mind you've got that triangle thing, you multiply the top and then you divide the bottom. All right, so let's have a go. Let's say I'm mixing up some paint. Maybe it's automotive paints, maybe it's, I don't know, whatever it is, but it's paint, okay? So let's say the ratio I'm supposed to use is 1:5, okay? And that is the actual paint out of the tin, and that is thinner. Maybe I'm using an enamel, okay? So I've got to use an oil-based thinner. All right, and so let's say I need 20 litres of final mix. Maybe it's spray painting, okay? I need 20 litres of final mix, and that is the ratio that I've got to mix the ingredients in. I need 1 part of paint to 5 parts thinner. Now, you will notice that there are no units here. That's because this works no matter what the units, okay? The important thing to remember is you must have the same units either side. So if I'm using litres, it'll be 1 litre is to 5 litres. If I'm using measuring cups, like kitchen measuring cups, it'll be 1 cup to 5 cups, okay? 1 handful to 5 handfuls, whatever it is, okay? You've got to have the same units either side, and so that could be imperial, it could be metric, it could be some weird thing, doesn't matter, okay? 1 bucket is to 5 buckets, okay? That's how it works. Okay, so you need to know how much paint and how much thinner to put together to make 20 litres of final mix. All right, so here's one way to think of it, okay? So this rectangle, let's say this rectangle represents the paint, okay? Obviously it's not a rectangle, but that rectangle represents the final mix, okay? And so that's going to be 20 litres. This rectangle represents 20 litres of the final mix. Now, how many parts have we got altogether? The rookie mistake is to say, well, I've got 2 parts. There's the paint and the thinner. That is a big wrong, okay? You've actually got 6 parts there. 1 plus 5 is 6, okay? Not 2. Do not say things just have 2 parts. That's 2 ingredients, yes, but it's 6 parts. All right, so you'll notice I've got this here done up in 6, supposed to be equal parts, okay? So this one here, that is the paint, 1 part out of 6, yeah? These ones here then, they're the thinner. Okay, that's how it works. So what's going on there? Well, this here is actually 1/6 of the whole lot. So this here is 5/6 of the whole lot. Okay, now you don't need to do a diagram like this every single time, but heck, if it helps, do it, okay? So how do I do that then? Okay, well, I need to know how much paint. Okay, so the paint is 1/6 of 20 litres. Okay, and if I was making 80 litres, then that would be 80 just there. If I was making 5,000 litres, then that'd be 5,000 there. Okay, so as we've just said before, multiply and divide. Okay, so 1 times 20 is 20. 20 divided by 6, 3.333. Okay, now at that point you can just subtract that from 20 litres and that'll get you how much the thinner is, but let's just go through the process. It's 5/6. So multiply the top, I've got 5 times 20 and then divide the bottom, divided by 6. Okay, so that's 16.667 litres. Now you'll notice, add those together and you get 20. Okay? That is how you work it. Alright, let's just do one more, slightly weirder. Let's say we've got 3 ingredients. Let's say it's 1 is to 2 is to 4. Okay, maybe it's a concrete thing. So maybe that's the cement, maybe that's the gravel, and maybe that's the sand. Okay, so I've got 3 things. So how many parts in total? Well, it's not 3. There are 3 ingredients, but what I've got there is actually 7 parts. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. So if I'm going to do that diagram thing, that's what I've kind of got there. So this bit here is the cement. I've got 7 parts. That there is the gravel. Okay, and that there is the sand. That's kind of how it's working. All right, so you need to, in your setting out, you need to actually say which bit you're looking at. The cement is 1/7 of, oh, hang on, how much do we need? Let's say we need, I'll make it easy. Let's say we need 28 cubic meters. Okay, that's what we need. That's our final thing. We need 28 cubic meters of this. So, okay, so how much cement powder do we need? It's 7 times 28. Okay, well, 28 divided by 7, ooh, it's 4. It's like I rigged it. Okay, I'm going to need 4 cubic meters of that. The gravel, that's going to be 8 cubic meters. And then the sand is going to be 4 over that. Okay, so 4 times 28 divided by 7, or you could just multiply this one by 4. It'd be 16 cubic meters. And here is a check. If you add it all up, I should get 28. Okay, 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 plus 16 is 28 cubic meters. Okay, that's the same process. Okay, but you've got to figure out what is the fraction. What is the fraction that's happening there? Okay, you need those, and that's essential for that. All right, okay, that's that one. Go and do it.